Assalamualaikum. Welcome to the Basics of Python series by Urdu IT Academy. So today we are going to learn about data type conversions and string operation. So let's get started. First, data type conversions. So data type conversions, it's also known as typecasting. It's the process of converting a variable from one data type into another. Okay. So this is a fundamental concept in Python programming. It enables efficient and error-free data manipulation and the processing. Okay, and this is often necessary when performing operations on variables of different data types to ensure compatibility and to avoid errors. Okay, so these kinds of conversions, it can be either implicit and explicit. Okay, so implicit conversion means automatic conversion done by the Python itself. Okay, so this implicit conversion is when Python automatically convert one data type into another data type during an operation. Okay, for example, you're adding a integer value and a float value together. Okay, so the output will be a float value. Okay, that's an implicit conversion Python is doing. Same way, whenever you're concatenating a string with a number, okay, it will be converted into a string. All right, so these are the two examples for implicit conversion. Now the explicit conversion. Explicit conversion means manual conversion by the programmer itself. We have to do it using some functions. Okay, so these are the common data type conversions available in Python. Okay, so integer to string, we can convert an integer value into a string value. String to integer, we can convert a string value into an integer. Same way, integer to float, float to string to float, and float to string. These are the common data type conversions. All right. So if you want to do these kinds of conversion, you have to use some built-in function. Let's see that. Okay. So these are some of the built-in function we are using to convert data types from the values of different one data type into another. Okay, so the first one is the int function. So this int function will convert whatever values inside the bracket into an integer. Okay, same way the str function will convert the value inside those brackets into a string data type. Similarly, the float will convert the value into a float value, a decimal value. List will convert the value inside those brackets into a list value. Similarly, the tuple will convert it into a tuple value, and dict will convert it into a dictionary. Okay, so let's check on some examples. So let's try the first one. So for example, x is equal to 3.5. As you all know, 3.5 is a float value. Okay, let's check on some random examples. Okay, x is a 3.5, x is equal to 3.5. Here 3.5 is a what float value, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to print x, obviously. Okay, so after that, I'm creating a variable y. Y is equal to int of x. Okay, so this 3.5 will be stored inside the variable y. I mean, sorry, this 3.x is 3.5. Let's do one thing. I'll erase this line also. Let's do it like int of 3.5. Okay. So this 3.5 we are converting into an integer. It's a 3.5 is a float. Here we are converting it into an integer and we are storing the value inside the variable y. Okay. Let's print y. And in the next line, let's print type of y. Okay. Let's run the code. You can see whenever we are printing y, it's printing 3 only. Initially, it was 3.5, but we are converting to an integer using the int function. So the value inside the y will be 3 only, and it's of class int. Okay. Same way, let's try. Okay. In the next line, let's try maybe z is equal to instead of int, let's try the float. Okay, float of maybe 10. Okay, maybe let it be y itself. Okay. So here you can see 10 is an integer number. I'm going to convert it into a float value. And the answer will be stored inside the variable y. Then we are printing y and we are printing the type of y. Okay, you can see the output here. Here it is printing 10.0, right? Because here the value is 10, but it's converting to float value. That's why it is changing to 10.0 and it's of class float. Clear? Same way, for example, here, what we can do is that maybe let's try and convert into str. str of maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So whenever we are running it, you can see this 1, 2, 3, 4. It was an integer. We are converting to a string and we are storing it inside the variable y, right? Whenever we are printing 1, 2, 3, 4, it's printing just like that. But here you can see the classes of str type because here it is converted into a string type. Okay, so these are some of the common data types conversions we are doing in Python. Clear? I hope it's clear. Same way we can do like some other conversions like, for example, if I want to print str of maybe, we can print something like str of 12.5, which means this float value is converted into an str, string value. Okay, it will be printing 12.5 itself, but the data type will be of string. Okay, for example, if you want to do it like this, you can see y is equal to, maybe I'm typing str of 12.5. You can see it's printing 12.5, but it's of class str. Clear? Same way, we can try something like y is equal to float of inside the double quote, maybe 20.5. Okay, we can see here 20.5 inside the quote, which means it's a string. Let's see if we can convert a string into a float value. See, this 20.5 is printed and it's of class float. Okay, even though this 20.5 is a string, it is converted into a float value. I hope it's clear. Now let's continue. Okay. Okay, so now let's move on to string operations in Python. Okay, so strings are one of the most fundamental data types in programming, representing sequence of characters. In Python, strings are used to handle and manipulate text data. Okay, so these string operations allow you to perform a variety of tasks such as creating, modifying, and formatting the text, which is very essential for both simple scripts as well as the complex applications. Okay, so understanding how to work with strings efficiently is very crucial for any programmer. All right, so let's start it. So here we are going to learn about concatenation. Concatenation operator, we need to use a plus operator to do concatenation, which means just like you're adding two strings. Okay, you can concatenate hello plus world. The output will be hello world. Okay, same way, repetition operator using the star. Okay, so repetition operator means you can create new strings like by concatenating multiple copies of the same string. For example, if I'm writing good morning star 5, then it will be printing good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning 5 times. Okay, as a single string. All right. Now, After that, will be going to learn about the string indexing and slicing. So we're learning that, and membership operator in and not in. Okay, let's look on the examples. Yes. So first, let's see the concatenation operator plus. Okay. So as I told you, concatenation add the values on either side of the operator plus. For example, suppose here I'm going to do um, maybe x is equal to good. In the next line, y is equal to morning. Okay. Then I'm typing z is equal to x plus y. Okay. Now in the last step, I'm printing z. Clear? So here what happens is that this plus operator will add the values on either side of the operator, which means it will add x value inside the variable x and the value inside the variable y, and it will print as a new string. Okay, and as a new string, it will be good morning will be stored inside the variable z, and we are going to print the z. We can see it's printing good morning without any space. Okay, so if you want to add a space, what you can do is that we can do like x plus, you can just put a space inside the quotes. Okay, another plus, then you can add y. See, it's printing good morning with a space. So this is a concatenation operator. Okay, now let's see the second one, repetition. Okay, so in repetition, what we are doing is that, for example, maybe, yeah, x is good, right? X is equal to good. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to type z is equal to x star maybe 5. Okay, and I'm going to print. See, can see the output. It's printing good 5 times. Okay, so the repetition operator, it will create new strings by concatenating multiple copies of the same string. Okay, now the next operator is a slice. Slice operator. So slice operator, it will give the characters from a given index. Okay. So before that, you must know about the string index values, right? For example, suppose if I have a string good. Okay, imagine I have a string good. Okay, for every string, there is something called as index values, right? So the first letter in the word string good, the letter G will have an index value 0, and the O will have an index value 1, then 2, then 3, like that. Okay, so all the index value, they will be starting from 0. Clear? So for example, here you can see maybe x is equal to good itself. Okay. So the slice operator, maybe what I'm going to do is z is equal to x of, you have to add the square bracket. Okay, maybe 0. So x of 0 means 0th index value in the string x. X is good. So 0th index is have the value letter G. Right? Let's see. Let's go print. See. Okay, let's run the code. You can see it's printing G. Okay, this is a slice operator. Okay, same way what you can do is that in the next line I'm going to print x is equal to, sorry, z is equal to x of maybe 3. Index 3 we have the letter D, right? So whenever I'm going to print z, you can see it's going to print D. Clear? Okay, so this is the Slice operator. Same way we have the range slice. Range slice means range slice means it will give a characters from a given range. Okay. For example, here you have a word. Maybe x is equal to maybe hello world. What we can do is that maybe we can directly print it. Okay, we can print maybe x of 0 colon 4. Can see the output. It's printing the first 4 characters, which means 0th index 1 hello, the x is hello world. 0 index 0 have the word h. Index 1 is e. Then index 2 is l. Index 3 is the second l. So it will print characters from index 0 up to index 3. Okay, index 4 will not be included. Clear? That's a range slice operator. Now the last one we are going to discuss is a membership operator. So we have two kinds of membership operators available, in and not in. Or maybe we can do something like print. Okay. Maybe a in should be in the code. Good morning. Okay. Same way, I'm going to print O in. So membership operator in, it will give us a true value. Here, if the letter A is present in the string good morning, here A is not present, so it will be false. Same way, in the next line, it will give us a true value if the letter O is present in good morning, which is correct. We have O in the good morning, so it is going to give us true. See, A is not present, that's why false, and O is present, that's why true. Same way, we have the not in operator. Not in operator is just like the reverse. Sorry. Okay. Which means it will give us a true if the particular value is not present in the string. And if it will give us false if the particular value is present in the string. That's the reverse. We can see A is not present, that's why true. And O is present, that's why false. Clear? I hope it's clear. Alright, so all these codes which we are using in this series will be uploaded in the Urdu IT Academy official GitHub page. You can check our GitHub page and you can get all the codes. I hope it's clear. You can practice. See you in the next video. Bye. Happy learning.